সামনের বাড়িগুলো কথাটা নিয়ে হ্যাঁ শ্যামলাটা তুলতে পারে পরে ফাঁক দিয়ে যদি আগে রাশিয়ানদের এগেন্স্টে এগুলো সব দিয়েছিল। এখানে যেখানে গিয়ে আমরা নামবো সেখানে বোধ হয় কিছু ক্যানান ছিল। এটা রাখো
তখন ওইটা দিয়েছিল বুঝেছো, আমরা তখন এসে যখন আমরা এগবো ওটা তো বলছি থাকতে হতো বলো, তখন এখানে খুঁজছি ওখানে শেষ পর্যন্ত ব্রাগেই ছিল। ইউ হ্যাভ টু এগেন বেশি ছিল না। তখন বললাম যে এটা একটা ফিল আপ করে তখন এটা এটাও তারপর সেইগুলো ওকে বলি ভীষণ সম্পর্ক এখানে পরে তারপরে এখন আর
Se vuole cazzo io questo.
Andiamo, dai.
Salmone non vediamo mangiare,
Poi sono lì nella panina.
andiamo a mangiare un salmone, amore.
Qui al lavandino. Ah, guarda.
A little bit of imagination was used, but Castle of Sweden was turned into Castle of Finland, as well in Linda means Castle of Finland. But of course this is not a castle at all, this is a fortress. Sometimes it happens that because of these names, people are kind of wandering around on these islands in a hope that they will at some point, if they walk long enough and hard enough, they will bump into some car. This fortress follows the history of Finland. This fortress has experienced 3 eras. The Swedish one, the Russian one, and the Finnish one. I asked what's the most asked question and well, it's basically, could you kindly help me out with it? Could you tell me where do I find the fortress? So people are already here, and then they come and ask, could you tell me where to find the fortress? That's
Luvulla 1000 rappautui ja se kärsi pahoja vaurioita Krimin sodan aikana vuonna 1855, kun Ranskan ja Englannin laivastot pommittivat Viapolia. Suomen itsenäistyttyä telakan konepaja valtasi valtion lentokonetehdas, joka ryhtyi rakentamaan ilmavoimille kalustia. 1930-luvulla Suomenlinnassa oli sukellusvenelaivaston tukikohta sekä suurtelakka, jossa huolettiin merivoimien panssarilaivaa.
যেমন আমরা এই দিকে আছি তো ওই দিকেরটা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন ওই দিকে আমাদের হোটেল আর ওই যে চাট ওই লাল বাড়িগুলো ওই দিকে ওই দিকটা হচ্ছে মার্কেট স্কোয়ারে
Such as the presidential palace, the government palace, and the as well as many buildings close to the palace. Central gardens were key to the seafront is called used to be the place where the old food was made. Today it is home to the old food practice. Houses on the street running along the seafront were built between the late 1800s and the early 1920s.
Alles finden wir, alles an den sicher. Alles finden wir, alles an den sicher.
That's why this shopping street, the pavement, is heated in the winter. So it is like summer. Everywhere you have snow, there, no, it is like summer. So people can go shopping. And this is the esplanade, as I said. You see the trees? The trees everywhere. And now we are going to drive to the most beautiful part in front of the esplanade. It is a restaurant, a coffee shop, and opposite it has, like in Vienna for instance, in the parks they used to have music. This is a copy of it. But of course now they don't sing waltzes here. They have some orchestra that play modern, noisy. Because in the winter we don't have. All the boats in the winter have to be taken out. You see, trees everywhere. So the architect, all part of the window you can open, the small one. This street, they are all 3 floors. They all have inside balconies. You see, all of them, beautiful. And then, and here on the right, you will see a modern box. All have 3 floors. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors, and it's on the same level. And this is the flea market, cheap market, because grandfather, grandmother on the left overlooking the sea, they have balconies. On the right, tennis playgrounds, heated in the winter, and again on the left. come the metal orchestras with them there, so they don't bother to sing. Now the tower, 72 meters, 19 centimeters. In summer, what do? We have a lot of gold medals in distance, running distances, 5,000, 10,000 marathon, not 100 and 200, no, we are slow. Paavo Nurmi took 9 gold medals in the Olympics of 1920, 24 and 28, and 5 gold medals in the same Olympics. And other
Nice, yeah.
So, on the left, the National Museum with the red tops on it. And on the right, Athenaeum, the art gallery. We are now celebrating this year the centenary of Sibelius. Everywhere in the world they play Sibelius music this year. And all these people were born during the Russian period, the national author.
For restaurants, information, shops. আমাদের 6 নম্বরে যেতে বলেছে ট্যাক্স রিসিভার গ্র্যান্ড গিফট ওইটাই আমাদের
আর গ্র্যান্ড
আসছে এই আসুন
এখানটা থেকে সুন্দর দেখা যাচ্ছে নিচের সেভেন্থ ফ্লোর
আচ্ছা
আমেরিকানরা হলেন আমেরিকার যে
Friday night and the lights are low, looking out for a place to go, where they play the right music, getting in the swing. You come to look for a king. Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high, with a bit of rock music. Everything's fine. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen. Young and sweet, only 17. Mood for a dance. And when you get the chance,
একটা বা দুটো বা দেবে তা কিছু দিল দুবার ওটা হলো সবাই ডান্স হবে
কোথায় ডান্স হবে?
ডান্সে কোথাও হচ্ছে একটু করে জানবো আমরা তো দেখলাম
ওদের তো এখানে 7 নম্বরে কাটালাম 7th ফ্লোরে। ডান্সটা এখানে কোথায় হচ্ছে এই ফ্লোরে?
হ্যাঁ কিন্তু জিজ্ঞাসা এসে বসে আছে তাহলে ওই দিকে হবে
চলো
দেখে তারপর চলে যাবো এখানে গিয়ে দিন খেলে
Friday night and the lights are low, looking out for a place to go, where they play the right music, getting in the swing. You come to look for a king. Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything's fine. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance,
Basically, on winter time, they need to get out of the water. So around May, the boats come back to the water, and you have a rule. Like Sweden, everything is very organized and have rules. They respect the rules, so you need to have so many rules. And they have a deadline to put the boats in the water. I think from the modernist. The buildings here, apartments in this island, they are around 30 to 40 square meters, so not so big. It has one sea. We see on our left hand side, first we see the beautiful apartments of funcionalism of the 20s, from this 20th century. We go to the water, the left hand side still we see the tower of the city hall. Then after that we see a little bit more towers, and those are from the old town, the beginning of the story of the city. We go around and then we see the island of the south. And if we look to the other way, we still see a lot of green area, and where we see a boat, this is the way you go to visit the queen and the king. Swedes don't like their king. They think he's not very clever. We can't say that at the royal palace because that is his place. But that's what Swedes say. And they're expecting the crown princess to be the new queen. Victoria, she got married with her personal window. This was one of his factories, but it happened that it had an accident. You can go. Yeah. It had an accident, an explosion, and he blew up almost all the house. And his son, his brother, the younger one, died. And after that, the mayor said, "We would like to welcome you out of the city with your factory and your explosions, because you're going to." And explore Stockholm with a bike is really quite nice, also especially with this beautiful weather. And on this side of the lake, we have some boats that
Some of them are people living on a boat, and we are going to see that we have the post box in front of the boat, some of them, because the people are living there, and usually the post box that all coordinate together is just make it easier for the post, they put all together. So the small ones, they need to take out of the water, they will not stay here on winter, they will crash under, but those are a little bit bigger, they can live here the year around, and because they already prepared their boats down. So from here now, this is all people living here on those boats all year around. The big ones, there are people living on the boat. It's quite a different life to live on a boat, and some people really dream to have this life. You see like the post boxes, and then here also you have hotels and restaurants, and there are some boats that they go around the lake on dinner cruises also. So it's a way to do so many activities here, and a very nice way where you want to go jogging and doing exercise. It's a lot. They try all the sports. If they're not biking, they're hiking. If they're not hiking, they're running. If they're not running, they're with the boat. Oof, like free time is really sporty, and that's why the results that we see is like they get the shape very long in life, and they live long also. But maybe it's not because of this, because they're very calm people. They don't stress so much with things, so maybe that's why they live long.
Stockholm. Wedged between two breathtaking archipelagos, it has always benefited from a natural protection in the middle of an oasis of nature. Everything here revolves around water.
We have water and we have forest, a lot of animals.
Green capital of the world, Stockholm has a unique take on what a city can and should be. Stockholmers could easily give an ecological lesson or two to the rest of the world.
Today in the inner city, all the buses are running either on biogas or on ethanol.
City of ideas, in the land of ideas, it is constantly finding pragmatic solutions to the challenges of everyday life. Everything seems to be organized to make life more comfortable.
IKEA is one of the spin-offs of the Swedish model. Well-being begins with beauty and comfort.
Hyper-efficient and extremely beautiful, Stockholm is definitely a model city. And it hasn't forgotten its past as it looks to the future. Centerpiece of the Swedish economy, Stockholm is the largest city in the country and the largest in Scandinavia. Its location has always driven its development.
What was the city's main activity?
Trade. And this is, of course, because of the water we have. And the city lies squeezed between two waterways. We have this part here, the inlet of Mälaren, the third largest lake. And at the other side of the city, we have the inlet of the Baltic Sea.
Where are we now?
We are at one of the 14 islands, a very tiny island, Riddarholmen.
Is this where it all began?
More or less. Actually, it began more behind us, where we have Gamla stan, Old Town. But it started here. We already have a history from that's dating back from the 1200s.
Who were the first people to come here?
The Franciscan monks, the monks that came from Europe. And this was because the king donated the island to these monks. And they started building a church. And they were living here. These were beggar monks. But then afterwards, with the Reformation, when Sweden became Protestant, they all disappeared.
Kings here on the right hand side. This is Gustav III. Gustav III, he was very much on fashion. He loved his own clothes, his shoes, masks. He loved so much all this that he learned.
গেল, শেষ হয়ে গেল.
Nestled at the water's edge and topped by 3 golden crowns, the City Hall is one of Stockholm's most iconic buildings. Dating from 1923, it stars in countless images and postcards of the city. Housed within are assembly rooms, offices, works of art, and the machinery of civil democracy. The prestigious annual Nobel banquets are held here. A particular treat is the chance to view the city from the famous tower.
Stockholm's Nobel Prize Museum tells the story of the world's most prestigious award. Stockholm-born Alfred Nobel was a prolific inventor with over 300 patents. His most famous invention? Dynamite. Living in the late 1800s, Nobel was a man of his age. It was a time of great optimism, wild ideas, and grand projects. His dynamite enabled entire nations to blast their way into the modern age with canals, railroads, and tunnels. It made warfare much more destructive, and it also made Alfred Nobel a very wealthy man. Wanting to leave a legacy that celebrated and supported people with great ideas, he left his fortune to fund the Nobel Prize. Each year, laureates are honored in the fields of physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and perhaps most famously, in peacemaking. Portraits of all the prize winners since the first annual ceremony was held in 1901 hang from the ceiling, shuffling around the room like shirts at the dry cleaners. And video clips let you ponder the contributions of so many great minds. The annual Nobel Prize banquet is held just a short walk away in Stockholm's City Hall. It's a stately mix of 8 million red bricks and lots of Stockholm pride. While churches dominate cities in southern Europe, up here in the Scandinavian capitals, city halls seem to be the most impressive buildings. They celebrate humanism, people working together for the good of their community. Built in 1923, Stockholm City Hall is particularly enjoyable and well worth its entertaining hour-long tour.
We are standing is the Blue Hall. It's the biggest reception hall of the City Hall, and this is where the Nobel banquet takes place, the 10th of December every year, hosting 1,300 guests. This here is the council's chamber, since the City Hall really is a functioning City Hall. In here, the Municipal Council of Stockholm hold a meeting. Now, what I would like to show you in here is our magnificent ceiling. It's done to look like an old Viking house. The construction of the old Viking houses were long and narrow, exactly like the ceiling right here. Viking house. The construction of the old Viking houses were long and narrow, exactly like
we need to be a little bit half and half in the politicians everywhere here. So it's important to have women, older, younger, different subjects these people work with, so just to make it easier. And each one that belongs to a party, they need to respect the lines of the party. It's like, no, now I have an idea that I want to do like this. No, 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 the party follow this way. If you're a member,
Oh, you want to run the switch?
now it's 101 members. 9 parties, they work here. How do they work? They work each 3 weeks on a Monday afternoon. They start the meeting around 4:30 afternoon, and sometimes they stay 3 hours, 4 hours, it depends how long it is. Each 3 weeks they work here. A part of them, around 10% of the members, they work at the city hall, at the administrative part, the other side. So they receive monthly payment because they are full-time working for the city. All the other 90% that comes here to join each 3 weeks only on Monday, they receive per hour they are working here. And that is quite regular average amount that everybody gets. And people say, wow, it's not a good deal to be a politician in Sweden. No. This is all the stairs of the prize winners. And also the stairs for those that are going to pass and
Golden Hall. This here is the Golden Hall, artwork finished in 1922. We have about 19 million pieces of mosaic in here, and it is real gold in each and every one of them. You can see behind me here, this is the Queen of the Lake, a symbol of Stockholm. The Queen of the Lake here, she is situated in the center of the world. On the left side there's the Western world, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty. On her right side the Orient, an Indian elephant, a Turkish flag. And not only the world, because around her sides there are also the different zodiac signs symbolizing the universe. She is the Queen of the Lake, Stockholm, center of the world, center of the universe.
Reading geography books all the time. But then his interest switched to physics to try to understand how everything works. And then he wanted to do something which everyone said was impossible. So he decided to try to go around the rule of optics, which said that there was a limit to the resolution you could get in a light microscope. And one day when he was reading this book, he was on page 21, he got the idea to how, you can see if you look closely on the book, it's actually only been read the first 21 pages. Giuliano is from France. He was born in Paris in 1945, and he had quite a difficult childhood. There are a lot of other couples who were together and never received the Nobel Prize. The first one is Marie and Pierre Curie. The second one couple, Curie. They got the prize in chemistry. Then we have the couple of Curie, so it's something to do with the sea. In the 40s, a bit. First of all, it's not awarded here in Sweden. The prize is awarded in Oslo, in Norway, by a Norwegian committee. It's responsible for the prize in physics, chemistry, and economic sciences. By tradition, those members have been Swedish or Norwegian citizens. There is no rule that it has to be like that, but by tradition that has been.
Efter att ha tillbringat 6 månader på resa kom jag till Stockholm. Jag skrev brev och en och annan dikt. Mina dagar förflöt med olika besök. Jag har fått många vänner i detta nordliga land. En av dem är Sven Hedin, som jag tillägnat denna diktsamling Eldflugor. Det är mina drömmar och tankar i svensk språkdräkt. Det här året har jag rest så mycket och träffat så många. Ärkebiskopen Nathan Söderblom är också en gammal vän. Men sista tiden har jag sökt ensamheten för att finna en ny väg för mitt skrivande. I ett tillstånd av isolering skrev jag många dikter. Jag var ensam med mig själv och började använda en griffeltavla. Fåglar fram som en kaskad. Lukten av den våta jorden när det regnar stiger som en stor lukt.
People playing a little bit more for back because I really
Kräver mycket bra i så.
Kommer inte kunna göra det?
Nej, tyvärr.
Nej.
Alltså det går inte.
Nej.
Kanske man skulle kunna operera nu när man sätter på.
Tjena!
course, fire. After 100 years, they needed to rebuild, and they rebuilt with a neoclassical style, not so much Baroque anymore. So it's a little bit more elegant, and that is where we have our opera. We have some ballet, we have some concerts for kids, and this building they really restart working in September. It is still too warm for people to go inside the very beautiful place, and then you take the boat back. You can buy the tickets already, round trip. A different thing. If we look now on the left hand side, we see very nice building with gold and columns. This is our dramatical theater. This is where Ingmar Bergman was director. Christina was not that beautiful, we should say. From the books, we never read that she was ugly, but she was so much powerful. But everybody says she looked a bit strange. She dressed like a guy, and then they made Greta Garbo play as Christina. So not so good. And now in our days, we have a lot of press in Victoria. Because in Sweden we had Christina, and then we had the period a little bit later, one king, he died on a battle, so brave as Christina was. So here you see now the beautiful view, the blue curtain at your right hand side, the beautiful view of Stockholm. This is what the city wanted to show, how beautiful and elegant it is. Outside now you see a beautiful blue door. This was one of the gates to...
The Vasa is a Swedish warship built between the years 1626 and 1628. The ship sank after sailing roughly 1,400 yards into her maiden voyage in the Stockholm harbor on August 10, 1628. She fell into obscurity after most of her valuable bronze cannons were salvaged in the 17th century, until she was located again in the 1950s in a busy shipping area. The ship was salvaged with a largely intact hull in 1961. She was housed in a temporary museum called the Vasavarvet until 1988, and was then moved permanently into the Vasa Museum in the Royal National City Park in Stockholm. This ship is one of Sweden's most popular tourist attractions and has been seen by over 35 million visitors since 1961. Since her recovery, the Vasa has become a widely recognized symbol of the Swedish Empire. In the beginning of the 17th century, Sweden was a sparsely populated, poor, and peripheral northern European kingdom of little influence. But in the 1620s, Sweden was on its way to becoming one of the major powers in continental politics. This rise to prominence in international affairs and increasing military prowess was made possible by a succession of able monarchs and the establishment of a powerful centralized government supporting a highly efficient military organization. Swedish historians have described this as one of the more extreme examples of an early modern state using almost all of its available resources to wage war, and the small northern kingdom transformed itself into a fiscal military state and one of the most militarized states in history. Gustavus Adolphus, who reigned from 1611 to 1632, has been considered one of the most successful Swedish kings in terms of success in warfare. When the Vasa was built, he had been in power for more than a decade. Sweden was embroiled in a war with Poland-Lithuania, which had been raging since 1618 and had thus far not been successful. The king's plans for a Polish campaign and for securing Sweden's interest required a strong naval presence in the Baltic Sea. The Swedish Navy suffered severe setbacks during the 1620s, with multiple ships running aground or being outmaneuvered, defeated, or even lost. The Swedish admiral's flagship had been captured by the Poles, and another ship was blown up by her own crew when she was boarded and nearly captured by the Poles. Up until the 17th century, the Swedish Navy was composed primarily of small or medium-sized ships with a single gun deck, normally armed with 12-pound or smaller cannons. These ships were cheaper than larger ships and were well suited for escort and patrol. They also suited the prevailing tactical thinking within the Navy, which emphasized boarding the enemy warship as the decisive moment in a naval battle rather than gunnery. The king, who was a keen artillerist, saw the potential of ships as gun platforms, and large, heavily armed ships made a more dramatic statement in the political theater of naval power. Beginning with the Vasa, he ordered a series of ships with 2 full gun decks, outfitted with much heavier guns, which had never been done before. The Vasa was constructed at the Navy Yard in Stockholm under a contract with private entrepreneurs in 1626 to 1627 and armed primarily with bronze cannons cast in Stockholm specifically for the ship. The king had ordered 72 24-pound guns for the ship, which was too many to fit on any single deck. The Vasa is an early example of a warship with 2 full gun decks, and it was built when the theoretical principles of shipbuilding were still poorly understood. There is no evidence that the ship's designer had ever built a ship like this before, and the 2 gun decks presented a complicated compromise between seaworthiness and firepower. Combined with the fact that 17th century warships were built with intentionally high superstructures to be used as firing platforms, the Vasa was a risky undertaking. Laser measurements of the Vasa's structure conducted in 2007 through 2011 confirmed that the center of gravity was way too high. Richly decorated as a symbol of the king's ambitions for Sweden and for himself, upon completion, the Vasa was one of the most powerfully armed vessels in the world. However, she was dangerously unstable with too much weight in the upper structure of the hull. A stability test conducted in the summer of 1628 was cut short when the admiral responsible for supervising construction feared the ship would capsize. The ship's master expressed his concern and wishing that the king, who was away in battle in Poland, were present in Stockholm to determine if the ship was battle-ready or not. King Adolphus had been sending a steady stream of letters home, impatient and insisting that the ship be put to sea as soon as possible. The king's subordinates lacked the political courage to openly discuss the ship's problems or suggest the maiden voyage be postponed. Despite the many misgivings over the apparent lack of stability, the Vasa was ordered to sea. The maiden voyage was set for August 10, 1628. The day was calm, and the only wind was a light breeze from the southeast. The ship was hauled by anchor along the eastern waterfront of the city to the southern side of the harbor, where 4 sails were set. The gun ports were opened, and the guns were set out to fire a salute as the ship left Stockholm. As the Vasa passed under the bluffs to the south, a gust of wind filled her sails, and she headed suddenly to port. The sheets were cast off, and the ship slowly righted herself as the gust passed. Then an even stronger gust again forces the ship to her port side, this time pushing the open lower gun port under the surface, allowing water to rush into the lower gun deck. The water building up in the gun deck quickly exceeded the ship's minimal righting ability, and the water continued to pour in until it ran down into the hold. Many nearby boats rushed to aid, but despite these efforts and the short distance to land, 30 people reportedly perished as the ship went under, in full view of a crowd of thousands of spectators, including foreign ambassadors and spies of the king's allies and enemies. News reached the king of the loss over 2 weeks later, all the measurements and armaments, and the ship was built exactly according to the instructions and loaded with the number of guns specified. The earliest attempts at raising the Vasa resulted in successfully righting the ship underwater, but also got her more severely stuck in the mud, which later became one of the biggest impediments to the earliest attempts at recovery.
এখানে ছাতাটা কেন রেখেছে এগুলো সব?
and took like the third, the fourth, the fifth day they went to talk one to the other. Hey, what do you think if we maybe take some trees down and start building a boat? Great idea. Then they built the boat, went to the sea. And it was still 2 sweets there. So, after a week, those that were doing the experiments, they came back to the island. So, if you are affirmative, you say ja. If you are negative, no, you don't want it. No, I really don't want it. You say nee. You celebrate this very dark month, and the kids are dressed with long white dresses. They symbolize some.
Mamma mia, here I go again. Mama, how can I resist you? Mamma mia, does it show again? Mama, just how much I missed you. Yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go? Mamma mia, even if I say I might leave me now and never. Mamma mia, it's a game we play. My life doesn't mean forever. Mamma mia, here I go again. Mama, how can I resist you? Mamma mia, does it show again? Mama, just how much I missed you. Yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go? Mamma mia, now I really know. Mama, I could never let you go. If you change your mind, take a chance. I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you got no place to go when you're feeling down. If you're all alone, when the pretty birds have flown, honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. Gonna do my very best, but it ain't no lie. If you put me to the test, if you let me try, take a chance on me. That's all I ask of you, honey. Take a chance on me. We can go dancing, we can go walking, as long as we're together. Listen to some music, maybe just talking. You know better. 'Cause you know I've got so much that I wanna do. When I dream I'm alone with you, it's magic. You want me to leave it there, afraid of a love affair, but I think you know that I can't let go. You can change your mind. I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on
was living in Brazil. Everybody was buying that book, everybody, and I read myself. It was really so beautiful. It was so easy to understand philosophy, and it became so beautiful. Market, and you get a little bit back when you do yourself. And you recycle also the metal. You have the plastic, hard plastic, newspaper, and then we recycle lamps separately. And it's really a station, some places where you just sort everything around. And kids learn in school how to do that. And here in Norway, was talking a little bit about the economy of the country. So they are really new rich people, the Norwegians. And why I can't? Because I am your mother, and I say no. But all my friends, because you are Brazilian. So yeah, maybe. And I say no, it's no. No walking alone to school. And the kids in Sweden is really totally fine. They take the bike and go. But it's just a bike lane. And my husband look at me. It's really not a problem. I say, shh. I say no, and you don't say yes. But this because they have the neighbor of the trailer to inside your own trailer. No, this is too much private space. You put them in this small living room area, and don't show up in this living room without telling them. Of course, this is no also. You need to say, you need to organize before. You're coming for a coffee. Okay. And then they are going to tell you from 3 to 4. Okay. With the course I was taking, and then I got a phone call from a friend from school. She said, "Oh, my daughter would like to have a play day with Esther." I was like, "Wow, fantastic! I'll have the whole Saturday to study and everything." Oh, great! She is going to appreciate that. I was just want to send her. Okay, so it's going to be fun. I will send you an email with information where I live. I say, how nice, how kind of you. Thank you so much. I was like, wow, this was really nice. A play day. Esther, you're going to have a play day with your friend. Yeah. And then she sent the email from 2 to 4. I was thinking, because sometimes it's counted. I say, no, I don't believe you. It cannot be counted. And then I was in, my sister-in-law was a birthday, and I seated by the table. I said, I really need to pay attention on this because I never really can. I can't myself because they spend, I don't know, ages in the kitchen just preparing all this. I'm really proud. It's really nice. This is simple life, right? This is very kind. You just prepare yourself. She was 10 months. And in Brazil, when a kid is 1 year old, it's really a big celebration. Of the water now, we are going to cross to another region. So here you are in another region now. So in the water we have border regions in the country using this propaganda that they were Olympic cities. So the Northern Light, and that's what is so beautiful in mythology, when you don't have a really scientific explanation, you find this quite fresh. So you try to float, and it's a special clothes that you put, and you just try to float in the sea. It's quite nice, really nice, exciting. And I think it's only in Finland you can do this. Not just really actually work combined with the tour week. So it's exciting to see. I really recommend. I have a friend that lives in California that goes often to Alaska just to see the lights, and he also, but he goes a little bit more wild because he's traveling with this with the husky.
আর এখানে তফাৎ হচ্ছে এখানে প্রত্যেকটা গাছের শেপগুলো ক্রিসমাস ট্রি মতো
একদম ক্রিসমাস ট্রি আসলে আইস বড় করে স্নোই নয় আমরা স্নো থেকে পাই গাছগুলো
আমি একবার আইসল্যান্ডে যাবো একটা ট্রিপ করে শুধু মাউন্টেন লাইফ দেখার জন্য আইসল্যান্ডে আমরা যাইনি কখনো
ওটা কি শিপে না
হ্যাঁ একটা ক্রুজের মতো
ক্রুজের
very average অগাস্টের মধ্যে বেশ টাইম
Get into dry, but in June you see purple everywhere. All of the highways you get these purple flowers. But now at the end of the summer, they are not so purple anymore, so you still see a bit of them. And I would like to, when we continue after the stop in Fagnes, that is called crow. And this crow, they have right at the entrance, they have the toilets for free. With that, I'm sure they don't cost the toilet, and you can also drink coffee.
Actually, my daughter was last 16 years in States. So
Now it's 2.5 miles. I will later. Today we are a bit shy still. These guys were so quiet in this bus. We need to have more energy, because then I don't sing. It's not saying anything on the contract that I need to sing. The name of Shirka. The name is Stav Shirka. And sometimes we can see fishes, so many birds. So started to work on a small guest house that they had there. And he was very much ambitious. And now it's quite nice because they are doing a beach here by the fjord. And this is something that we usually don't see so much. And then you can see, wow, this is unique. I don't think I ever seen that. And you see, you can go to the water.
Yes.
Panorama. You want me to start from over here? Go this way? ওদের ওদের কোনো ইনহিবিশন নেই যা বলবে
Lover.
Yes. Yeah. Good.
In this place, and look now the harbor. This is the fjord of Bergen. This is not so high as the one that we were. It's very wide. They have a bridge at the end. It's pretty much the only one here at the fjord, and you control this fish market here. So now look on the left hand side of the 18th century. Dutch were very strong. The Germans, they came here. The Danish, they already had Norway as a possession, so they built the fortification. It was after the hall was done, so it was first this beautiful medieval building made of stones. Possible to see the view up from the tower. It's not so high. I think I recommend per floor. This is a very fancy, nice restaurant in Horning Unicorn, and they also have exotic meat in this. Hotels can get very warm.
What? For drinks, I'll have beer. For drinks, I'll have beer. Drinks, I'll have beer.
এটাই বলেছিল আগেকার দিনের বাড়িগুলো কীরকম এক্সটেনশন করে পেছনে 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 বাড়ি জায়গায়
চলে যাও ওদের পেছন পেছন চলে যাও আমি আসছি হ্যাঁ ইচ্ছে করছে
There was another fire in 1624. The Danish king that we had then, Christian IV, decided to rebuild the city, but to the west side. And it was a small city because we didn't have more than 4,000 inhabitants. The fountain symbolizes the hand of the Danish king with its glow, and he's pointing to say, "This is where I want my city of Christiania." We kept the name of Christiania up to 1925. Okay. everybody then here, yes. So before we go in, just to tell me about this, and just that Zoom became too small for all the people that want to be present for the Nobel Peace Prize. So that's why they use this here. On the both sides here, you have official papers and more than
আমার হাত থেকে হাওয়ায় উড়ে গিয়ে পেছন পেছন দৌড়েও আমি তাকে ধরতে পারলাম না, জলের মধ্যে চলে গেল। মানে আমি প্রাণপণ ছুটলাম কিন্তু কিছুতেই ধরতে পারলাম না।
ওখানে তোমরা ঘুরে আসতে পারো কিন্তু ওইখানে ঘুরে আসতে পারো দেখে আমি এখানে বাইরে বসে আছি।
Course, if it is just to walk through it or to do the sport activities, enjoy the sun, using barbecues that we take with us here. Bara stopp här så att jag kan få fortälla lite grann. Ja, men man nästan ser att vi kan inte gå igenom hela skärmen. Det är möjligt. Därför vill jag gärna visa. Ja, men man nästan ser att vi kan inte gå igenom hela skärmen. Det är möjligt. Därför vill jag gärna visa.
এখন ক্লিয়ার ফটাফট করে একটা তুলে বলো, একটা তুলে ফেলো। এখন কোনো লোক নেই বলে
S'avonds met een biertje. আমি যে ম্যাগনেটটা কিনেছি সেটা এখান থেকে তোলা বিয়েরটা তোমার টাউন কতগুলো বোর্ড সমস্ত নিয়ে এরকম ভাবে এই গ্রিন রঙের যেটা রয়েছে ওটাও অনেকগুলো
hear him say that he's going to need to take
Ej, de kommer her nu. Og så går du i gang nu, for nu er det der. Ja. Nej, det har jeg ikke set. Jeg har ikke set ham endnu i hvert fald. Jeg tror, han går over på vores side.
这个你都可以叫。